Yo, welcome back. We're playing Graves. Just wanted to highlight in this pre-game lobby how important it is to stay positive even in the pre-game lobbies. Set up that precedent for the game. In this particular match, I've actually offered to first pick for this Renekton. Some top laners get countered very easily like Renekton. Here's my runes just quickly. Dark Harvest set up. Pretty standard on Graves. I'd prefer this over Fleet Footwork, as I've said in early videos, just for that extra damage, especially scaling through the game as Graves. So yeah, going back to where we were, it can be good offering first pick, because if you can get a counter pick in the top lane, then sometimes you don't have to worry about them, or they can also snowball on their champion, because sometimes people are just going to first pick. Say if this Renekton is a one-trick Renekton, he's going to first pick Renekton regardless of whoever the enemy top laner is. So if he can manage to get a counter pick with his one-trick champ, he's going to snowball the game really hard, and especially if he's in a positive mindset. So yeah, I just wanted to really highlight that pre-game lobby, how we stayed positive. We made sure this Renekton got what he wanted so that he has every tool possible to take on this Vladimir, and some of those tools being just positivity and mindset in general. Now we'll go over our matchup. We're versing Hecarim. It's basically a farm battle. Who can stay on tempo, who can pull off the better ganks. So you want to be making sure you're tracking this Hecarim. It's hard to fight Hecarim 1v1 because he runs. So we're going to get that early ward in. I want to see which way this Hecarim might want to path. Sometimes you can see where they're pathing to, and this will give you information on what he thinks his win condition is. Maybe he's got better insight on his win condition, and you can look to shut that down as well. So if he thinks his bot lane's win con, and he's going to play for his bot lane, then you could choose to shut that down unless you're going to lose the 3v3 or whatnot. So it's just some things to take into consideration when you're playing. I am going to path into my Renekton because he is running that super aggressive setup. If I can get him ahead early, it's going to prolong the Vladimir from getting strong. It's going to negate a lot of Vladimir's scaling, and yeah, we can try and force this game into a victory nice and early before Vladimir even scales and Jinx even scales. This is a rather safe lane in the bot. Yes, we've got dual range. They're going to be poking. So Hecarim's also going to want to gank that because he's got the CC on Blitz and the aggression on Blitz. So you can definitely assume that Hecarim's about to be on his Raptors. Even though he doesn't show, I'd say he's about here. We're a little bit in front of him on tempo. So it should be pinging about here, letting my bot lane know to maybe get a little ward in on that Tri-Brush. Yeah, even type if you can. And I actually smite red here, which I say not to do, just so I can basically clear faster, show up for this Renekton faster. I know that Hecarim's going to be in the bot lane, so I don't have to contest this crab with smite. Yeah, so I didn't pick up on... He changed Ghost earlier in the pre-game lobby, which takes a lot of his kill pressure off Vladimir. He should have run Ignite into Vlad, especially with the Vladimir healing. You can see the Blitzcrank used his prior to push up into that crab earlier as well. But lucky enough, red buff secures the kill. And then Vladimir's going to miss this cannon wave. So Hecarim's going to be on tempo. He took this and then went base. I'm a little bit off tempo because my Grump's spawning. Make sure we're pinging. If this Anivia's in danger, you don't want to be spam pinging too much because you're going to annoy your teammates and they're going to mute you. You don't want to get muted by your teammates, otherwise you're not going to be able to communicate with them. So it's important not to be an annoying pinger. Just ping when you need to. So he's going to try and make a play for this dragon, and he's going to know where I'm pathing to. So I can just choose to keep hounding this Vladimir now that Vladimir used summoner spells. Give this dragon up, allow these guys to scale, snowball your top lane, your early game champion in, play with your winning lanes. So then we'll be able to go for grubs. Don't go against the grain. If I decide to go for here and I haven't invested any gold into my bot side yet, they're going to win the 3v3 if this bot lane received a gank from Hecarim earlier. So I've invested all my time into here, meaning Renekton has more gold than what I've invested into the bot lane. Some champions naturally win that 3v3, of course. So it's just up to speculation on each champion. Awkward push, but this will give priority to Anivia so we can defend this dragon. Because we know Hecarim's he's on dragon. So this is just tracking. We know where that Hecarim's going to be. He's being too predictable. And this is off the back of basically a champ select. The engagement we had in champ select, it was all positivity. So players are playing well. They're wanting to play around each other because we're not against each other from champion select. And then we're just following that up in the chat. Some people don't like it when you talk too much. So, but communication is always good. It's a team game. So if people are getting frustrated at you communicating with them and being positive, then they should probably just go outside and go for a little walk, get their mentality back in check, do something other than play League of Legends. So I want to get that. It's important to get that crab because it's going to help me defend Renekton and these grubs. Bit of a time waste here. It should be hard focusing this, making sure our Renekton's not dying to Hecarim. So going for these right now is basically choosing to surrender Renekton and grubs. What Hecarim's going to do is see that I'm on these, or they're just going to collapse on me. It works, but it's not clean. We could be playing for these right now. And once again, I only pushed this in because grubs is spawned. So this is just going to give Anivia the ability to move first. And that's why I apologize to Niv. As you can see, the Vel'Koz moves anyway. Even though his Hecarim's down bot side. It's kind of troll that Vel'Koz is there. He's got to give. Now he loses flash and ult for a nothing play. Yeah, he's going to die for it as well. So he's basically trolling. He's frustrated at the play. He's frustrated at getting pushed down here, losing all this farm earlier. As much of a waste of time all that was, it got inside his head. And off the back of that, he's forced this weird grub play with his Hecarim in the bot side. And you can see how we're just winning that positivity battle. The enemy team is on tilt. And our team is just playing as a team, being cooperative. The team that always cooperates better together is always going to be or have a much higher chance of winning. Of course, just like any team game, really. Yeah, you can 1v9, but the win percentage of playing with your team is a lot higher than 1v9ing every game. And look at that, Vel'Koz is playing idle. So I want to remain strong for this dragon. So I can actually just choose to give this half of the map up and play for this side. When you give this side of the map up, you should let Renekton know for one, especially if he's got a wave collapsing. And you can also look to dive if your players are in that position to dive. You need... So we get the flash, and then that's going to give us priority. And I'm going to force it because we know Vel'Koz is tilted. If he dies one more time from roaming for an objective, he's probably just going to AFK. We're going to abuse that. And Vel'Koz makes a roam again, getting nothing from it. He's losing plates. He's losing minions. But you could see how I got Renekton, or tried to get Renekton ahead against this Vladimir nice and early. If he can build a few defensive items, he's going to be able to block the Vladimir poke. And then that's going to allow him to be in a position where he can farm safely. And all it takes is 1 or 2 ganks early. And then you can focus on your actual win conditions. You can also pick your win condition off skill. We've seen this Karma roaming. We've seen the gameplay from this Karma. She seems like quite a skillful player, so it's not a bad idea investing gold or choosing Karma as a part of our win condition. And straight away we see that skill, like the skill cap coming from Karma. Running out of base. There's nothing on this bot side of the map. She picks up on that. There's a possible chance she can assist in the top lane. She runs there. Doesn't waste that time. She actually helps us pick up that kill. Losing nothing on the map for it. They've got the bot lane tower. Jinx isn't crashing her waves properly. So this is sitting perfectly for the Anivia. It's not crashing at all. Yeah, you can see the tilt. Yeah, it's an FF at 15. We've just played this early game so well. Our team's cooperating so well together. Gotta continue choking them out of the game as well. Don't fall back. Don't fall back into your jungle. Make sure you're extending. You're suffocating them by stealing these camps. Taking the rift, taking neutrals. You should be just grabbing blue as fast as possible and then just looking to make a play for the top side here. Utilizing Karma. Getting vision. Pinging for vision here. So I'm just playing slow. Don't have smite. We don't want to throw this objective. If it's sitting there, yeah, we could have rushed it a little bit earlier. But you can also just wait. You don't want to give them any sort of opportunity to get back into this game. If they get shutdowns on you, that's going to rejuvenate their mindset a little bit, and they're going to choose not to FF at 15. Or choose not to give up. They're going to sit under tower and farm rather than FF at 15. They're not going to try and make any sort of play. That's basically them FF at 15. So now Renekton can pressure with Rift Herald on the opposite side of the map. Oh, we take this for free. I need to be careful. There's no need to just jump the wall there and die. Renekton's hasn't drawn more than one player to him. If there was a 2v1 topside, then yeah, we could win this fight. But there's only Vladimir here, so it's still a 4v4. There's no need to int for this when we can just drag the dragon back. And what that does is brings the enemies out of their own quadrant into a position where they're going to be, what would you call it, disassembled as a team comp. Maybe they're out of position. We nearly died. I'm not even sure why we got aggro there. I didn't really see it. Not sure why I didn't see that Hecarim. It's all warded here. Yeah, we want to make sure we're clearing vision. Getting sneaky wards in. Can throw wards in these little spots here. And what that does is gives you basically vision that they're not going to check. Because if they walk out of here, they're going to use their scanner and pick up on the regular ward spots. So look to get weird boards in that people don't usually scan. You'll see the pros do this a lot in pro play. So if you get a ward there, I wouldn't have seen that on my scanner. So Vel'Koz doesn't have ult, which gives us a free Baron. Also knowing that Jinx is in the bot side. If Vel'Koz had ult here, you would not be taking this. He can combo the whole team if he gets a good ult off. And his true damage just does absurd amount. You see, this Karma is our win condition. She's just defending me with her life. This is why it's important to pick up on those win conditions early. Final gold, even if it's a support, maybe that support player is just a beast. and they're going to help you carry. So there's no reason for Renekton to be up here. The Baron is free. The only reason Renekton would be bot side is if this Baron wasn't free and Renekton needed to drag like 2 or 3 players to them. Yeah, then yeah, he could die for the fact of 3 people running towards him, which would then create an overlap. If 2 people came here, then obviously 4 of us is going to be able to win a 4v2.
Your turret has been destroyed.
But you can see, like, I'm just trying my best to be in position, ready to take all these neutral objectives as they're spawning. Don't want to die there.
Your turret has been destroyed.
And the Blitzcrank's not even protecting Jinx anymore. It's important that when these guys are spawning, you can see here, they're spawning. You don't want to take this objective and then take too much off. Like what we're doing right now. You need to be very, very careful. You're not dying in this position. What they're going to do is just all sprint back onto the map, try and collapse on you. So don't bite off more than you can chew in that position. See, Hecarim was smart about that. He, rather than sprinting out and collapsing here, he knew that, oh, these weren't actually spawned. He went for his blue. He was trying to secure these rather than me falling into that position to secure them after I took this tower. Which probably, yeah, I think he's just playing bad. It's probably better if he just ults mid with his team, gets a shutdown. The game's pretty much over though, so there's not much they can do. They just played bad. Well, our team just played a whole lot better than them. Yeah, all we have to do is 5-man these 2 inhibs. And the reason you would, like, if the towers were up, then obviously you're not going to just send 5 down into one lane. You need to try and split them. Like, have Renekton going to the top side, and then you can have a 3 and maybe a 1. Depends on the safety of the champion. But because we have these towers, because we've taken these towers away, you can choose to 5-man these, and that'll just give you them for free. So I'm waiting for my team to spawn. That's why I'm in my own jungle right now. I'm not overextending here, getting collapsed on. Once we start getting pressure on the map, once these guys are up here, then I can also start moving with them. There's no need to follow this. We can just basically hard shove this, and then they're going to be forced to go B or chase around. But all we had to do was run to that inhib, then run to this inhib.
Your team has
And then we don't need to overforce here. Wait for those supers to come on the map. Once the supers are coming onto this map, we can start to push topside in. And these are going to naturally fall. Like, it's going to naturally push. So they have to send players to these super minions coming down these lanes. So then we can have 5 in the top side, right? And then if we're getting plating and we just can't seem to kill that tower, we can just fall back to Baron. As that's spawning, fall back to Baron. Make sure no one's dying for this tower. Just play safely, use those supers. See how they're coming? We should be walking up with the supers. Our whole team should be here. They should spending gold, walking on the map with these supers. Yeah, there's no reason for Renekton to be here. Vladimir's going to be in the bot side defending and farming anyway. We can take this tower. See, there's nothing now we can trade for him being there, but our bot lane's gone base. So you need to ping him back. This is bad. Because there's still time for Baron. They're going to collapse on him 100%. And we could get this Baron without him being there. Yeah, that is just not a good position to be in. You'll see. I could put... Okay, Blitz must have missed his stun, but I could have put $1,000 on it. He's going to get collapsed on there. Now we got Elder Dragon spawning. So you have to play and make sure you don't die for this. You have to try and, of course, force and take as many objectives as possible with this Baron. You also have to keep in mind that if you die, they can get Elder Dragon. So you can sit back and let these minions hit the tower. You don't have to stand up and hit it yourself. So yeah, I think that was a nice performance on my behalf. It's good to show you guys what positivity can actually do for your game. And if you go into a match with a good mindset and positivity and you get your team on the same page, then you guys are going to win from champion select. It can be hard at times because people just queue up after they lose and whatnot. So of course every game isn't perfect, but you can see our damage, like 29,000 damage to Hecarim's 11. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.